This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
We are here in your house sports for our monthly Rogue Media recording podcast. I'm Andy D.
It's your boy Vassos.
Boy Fat Sam's not here with us today. He is still trying to get negotiated to become the San Francisco's new defensive coordinator.
Yeah, some surprising turn of events after the big game ended.
Yeah.
And there was some disappointment on one side, and really makes you question certain things in that organization.
It does.
Or maybe about one certain person in that organization.
It does. We're going to get into that later. But, yeah, it just it's funny because of how all that unfolded. And when it came out, I was like, what? But, yeah, that's where Fat Sam's at, hopefully without a T-shirt. Because if he doesn't have a shirt on, he's got the job right off the bat.
He had to be going there. You know what? I'm not just going to go in and flash my goods and just secure this right away. I'm going to make them want me.
Yeah.
And then I'll give them what they paid for.
Negotiation tactics.
Yeah.
101 right there.
Exactly.
But appreciate y'all joining us. Facebook In Your House Sports. Go like and share our Facebook page. YouTube In Your House Sports. Go like, share, subscribe, notification bell. Do all that good stuff. We're also on Twitter /X, whatever you call it.
TikTok, Instagram, all the socials minus the Snapchat.
Yeah. And we're still contemplating OnlyFans. We don't know yet, though.
Well, we haven't decided that part yet. Yeah.
So we have the belt here, so we can do a lot of things.
We can do the Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Why not?
Do the Shawn Michaels photo shoot.
Recreate it.
Yeah.
So maybe we get $5 out of that. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, appreciate y'all. So we got a lot to talk about, and we usually have like, hey, we're gonna talk about this, that, whatever's going on. Football season's coming to the end. We haven't had a show since the Super Bowl ended, so we're going to talk about the Super Bowl like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Oh well.
All the fallout
of that, because there's a domino effect when that happens, right? Then we're going to talk about some coaching news that's happened, right, since the Super Bowl, and potential look at some baseball, whatever else. I want to shit on the All-Star game, too. Give me like 2 minutes to do that later.
Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
But, yeah, so Super Bowl, obviously, Kansas City, San Francisco. Kansas City wins. All right. I'm going to explain this game to me. I know y'all like the game. I like the game too, right? But I ain't going to lie. End of the first quarter, second quarter, I don't know. It's because I'm getting old. I don't know because I just got off of work. I was kind of like, oh, man, I'm going to fall asleep over here. I was not interested at all. You know what I mean? Until like the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter, obviously. But
yeah.
What was your opinion? That's my opinion on it.
It was a very out of sync game. Like, right out the way, San Francisco goes right down the field and then fumbles the ball. That told me right there, I was like, all right, this is going to be one of those games that it's just going to be sloppy. It's going to be a defensive struggle. And that's what it was for the first half, was a defensive struggle. And then a lot of the, into the second half, too, it was a defensive struggle at certain points. I mean, it wasn't the high-flying Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco 49er offenses that we were accustomed to. So, I mean, it was basically kind of a reverse of the NFC Championship, where San Francisco's defense was just getting run on. Kansas City couldn't get out of their own way to save their life.
Yeah, because you look at that, if Kansas City would have executed on a lot of plays, I mean, it could have potentially been a blowout.
Yeah.
The way they were playing. And y'all know, I love defensive games, right? But this one was not it.
Yeah.
Like, it was more sloppy, like you said.
Right. I mean, you get that one drive from Kansas City. I think that was their second drive where they go down and then Pacheco fumbles a football. It's like, all right. It's definitely going to be one of those games now.
Yeah. And then, like, the uncharacteristic throws from Patrick Mahomes.
In the first half, yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of, I don't know. You think, like, dude, what are you throwing that for? There's, like, wasn't the one at the end of the half where he threw, or was it the beginning of the second half?
That was the beginning of the second half.
First
First drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, it's just, like, right through the defender. Like, he's right there.
Yeah, he, like, overshot Kelsey and then, like, it fell like right in between Kelsey and what was that? MVS. There was just like right in between the both of them.
Yeah, it was just horrible.
Both guys were like, "Who's that to?" And that's me. No, it ain't to me.
Yeah, John Cena here on the damn jersey on. But no, it was just uncharacteristic of him, and it was just like, is he too much in his head? Is he like overthinking? Like, there's all these questions coming up, and then obviously the script writers, right? Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, he's throwing the game. Here we go. San Francisco wins. This is why. But it's just, it was very sloppy.
It was like a slap in the face for him because he was like, he focused in at that point. I guess it was like one of those things he kind of had to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Is what it seemed like.
Yeah, because after that, he started
Yeah.
lighting it up. San Francisco's in. You know, obviously game planning, things like that. But I felt like second half, Shanahan was like, we got to make this Brock Purdy's game. He's got to be the man. Fuck you, Christian McCaffrey. You've been doing a hell of a job. Nah,
Not now.
no, stop. You know, we got to put Purdy in, and I think they put him in that predicament where.
We got to change the Great White Hope status from.
Yeah, it's like.
We got to
give
change
love
it
to
from
the running back.
McCaffrey and
Yeah.
switch it over to Brock.
Like, nah, it's a quarterback league. It's like someone said, hey, man, nah, we got to make it about Purdy. You know what I mean? Just screw your game plan. Let's do this. It's McCaffrey, man. I don't like San Francisco at all, but I'm a Panthers fan as well. And McCaffrey, my God, he went through hell in Carolina. And, no, I did not want him to win the Super Bowl. Let's get that right out the way. But I was kind of like, damn, this dude is showing out. Good for you. And then, nah.
I mean, you're not a Kittle fan, but
Not at all. Not at all.
not a Kittle fan, but I am. So I mean, like I said, I had my reasons for wanting to see both teams win, but I wouldn't have been disappointed if San Francisco got there because I like Kittle, I like Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, even Purdy to an extent. You know? So it's like I have guys on that team. Plus, Christian McCaffrey won me a fantasy championship, so thank you.
No, let's
CMC.
go.
So there you go.
Yeah, Warner and Greenlaw, dude, they're beasts. Like I appreciate their game, and it sucks what happened to Greenlaw. I literally feel
that's
bad
like
for
the
him.
modern. Ironically, in San Francisco, the Patrick Bowman and or Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis.
Yes, for sure. But yeah, with Greenlaw's injury, that sucked. I really felt bad for him.
Yeah.
Man. That was horrible. That's a bad way to go out.
That's like the opposite of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
It's like, golly, you get all that way just to run on the field and Achilles pops.
And it's and to see it pop, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, man. I feel like there's science behind all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like the way they, I don't know, I would say weight train. I'm not a freaking guru on that. Obviously, look at my stomach, right? But it's like I think there's a science to training, and I think it has a lot to do with that, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't want to get deep into that, but it was just the way it happened, man. I was like, God dang, what the hell, know?
And then how many Achilles injuries have we had this season?
A lot.
This was the year of the Achilles.
Yeah.
Some years it's the ACL, some years it's the MCL. What do you have? The neck injuries. You have the meniscus tears and all that. This year it was the Achilles injury.
So it goes back to that. What there's something causing it. Whether it be the field, whether it be training, whether it be I don't know, food intake, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
There's
There's
really
science,
no
yeah.
breaks. Like
Yeah.
there's really no bone breaks.
Yeah.
You'll hear about it and it's like, But the ACLs, MCLs, man, that dominated for a while. Now it's Achilles, like you said. So it's kind of, I don't know, man, something to look at.
Are guys overtraining?
Yeah.
Are they focusing on only their legs now? They're when they're running. Are they just exhausting themselves? So
And obviously, through a whole season to your body's.
muscle fatigue and all
Yeah.
that. So
And like I tell people that never play football, a simple tackle hurts.
yeah,
Like, boom, that hurts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you pop up, but it hurts. So just imagine, like, just constant. And him and Warner probably trained their asses off, like you said.
yeah.
And so they got that mentality. But back to the game real quick. Looking at, fuck George Kittle. And then we got to talk about the situation, right, with Travis Kelce
Yeah.
and Andy Reid. I get it. Passion. I
Yeah.
understand it. Heat of the moment thing. But goddamn, man. Like, come on. You're pushing the grandpa. And
I don't think he meant to push him.
Yeah.
I think it was like he turned up on him and was like trying to, because it does look like when you watch the replay after the explanation, it's like he does try to catch him because he jumps and starts to stumble and he tries to grab him from falling.
yeah, and I know he apologized to him and
Yeah.
everything. But at that moment, I was like, you little bitch. You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Yeah.
And I understand. But it's just, the cameras are always on you.
Right. Yeah.
And you're going to get this reputation no matter what. Yeah, he apologized to him. Yeah, it's heat of the moment. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. Grown man, that's how we do. We act crazy and then we can hug and everything. But I just felt like Kelce, man, like the pressure was on him.
Yeah.
Like ever since, people make fun of it, right? But ever since he got with Taylor Swift, like legit, the pressure got put on him.
Yeah.
And so, he wants to contribute, but
He wants to contribute at that elite level that he
Yeah.
already was at. And anything short of that, it's like, oh, look at this guy.
yeah,
Look at this bum.
he ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
He's just there,
Yeah.
catching a paycheck.
They're like, look at him. He turned into Miles Austin.
And I know because I guess he felt like, getting taken out in that play with the fumble happened. I guess he felt like it had an effect on it. But
maybe they changed the play. They wouldn't have gotten out of that play if he would have been in the game.
And it's just like, man, dude, like he did come up with a big play though prior to the touchdown.
Yeah,
that set it up and everything. But at that moment too, I was like, this motherfucker here, like, God, dog, come on now. And Andy Reid just like,
it's like when you get pissed, you're young, you're a teenager, you get your dad does something, it's like, you get up in his face, like, man, you better calm your little ass down. Just wait, you challenge your dad. For you kids out there, don't do it.
Don't do it.
You think dad's lazy? Hell no. He's just saving up that energy for that first outburst.
My kids, if you're watching this, you better not. You better try. But anyway, so the last drive goes to overtime, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I was confused with the rules. I ain't gonna lie, because I knew the overtime rules, but
the wrinkle of
and it was
being
just
2 quarters.
Yeah, it was kind of just.
I was confused until they said, no, this is just the first quarter of overtime because they have the possession.
Right.
So.
Yeah, when Romo said that, like, for everybody at home, why they're not calling the timeouts? Because it's the first quarter. What?
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, I mean, I guess they get their full possession. It's untimed, basically.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I never liked the overtime rules in NFL. College rules always felt were more, I guess, fair. And everyone will talk about being fair. Because Buffalo had to cry and bitch about we didn't get the ball back, bitch. It's the rules.
Shouldn't have let them score a touchdown.
Yeah, and I feel like
that's
sudden death should continue to be sudden death.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, it's like, I do like that they did change if they kick a field goal, whatever. Yeah, keep on going. I do like that rule. I did like that change of rule because it's like sometimes it's like, damn, man, defense been on the field the whole damn game and we just got into it here at the end, and we lost a coin toss, and they're exhausted, and what are we going to do? Yeah. So. And
you know what concerned me, too, just looking at it above all levels, is the fact that some of the players didn't understand the rules. And
on San Francisco specifically.
Yeah, on San Francisco. And to me, as a head coach, those are like all the questions you're going to need to, address. If we go in situations, right, we go to overtime. Here's the overtime rules. Here's what we're going to be looking at. You got to have your whole team know that. Yeah. And everyone's like, oh, shit, no.
We didn't know that it kept on going. We were wondering why they weren't calling timeout.
Yeah. And so, like, for us, the viewer, we can get confused with the viewer. Yeah. Like me, I was confused. But with them, they should know. And then, man, I don't know.
Especially when you look on the counter of that Andy Reid went over that with the team. Yeah. And they all specifically came out and said, we went over this, and we were just like, ugh. We know. But that whole 2-week buildup.
That's the way to be, though.
They were like, oh, man, again, we've been over this. We got it. So.
Yeah. And that's the way you have to be. You have to over-communicate.
Yeah. Andy Reid got an early script, so.
Oh, yeah. He's been studying that since the week after last year's Super Bowl win.
He called Bill, and he says, hey, so I know you're out the door, right? He says, you think I can have some of your sources?
Sure, Eddie.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Here's the whole league for next year.
You're welcome. Yeah. I'm not getting a job next year.
Yeah. Fuck them all. He's like, fuck them all. Fuck them all.
But that's what concerned me the most about Kyle Shanahan. So, yeah, Kansas City back-to-back. First back-to-back in, 20-something years?
20-something years.
Damn.
Since 2004, 2005, I think.
Yeah, and the Patriots beat the Eagles, right?
Yep.
And that's the last time I won on Money Pot. Football squares.
Damn.
Yeah, I was 16, 17.
I know somebody that hit on 3.
Motherfucker.
I know. And it was all the 0 to 3.
Oh. Yeah.
They hit on 0-3 on all of those. It was like, God.
Lucky asses.
Right. It was like, damn, that's the square you want to hit right there.
Yeah, you ain't lying. So the fallout from this, right? Well, first of all, I'll talk about Kyle Shanahan. Mm-hmm. So
he's getting so much shit for taking the ball first.
Right.
I don't see a problem with that.
Because he would have got shit if he didn't take the ball first. Yeah. Because they lost. That's why.
Yeah. But the way I look at it, it's like he was thinking, okay, give the defense a rest. They were just on the field. Mm-hmm. They're tired. We take the ball. Maybe we go score. We set the bar, and then the defense knows what they gotta do.
Yeah,
what they gotta match. So it's either, hey, we set the bar to win, or we keep playing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what he said. He said, we're playing for that third possession. If we went down and we scored, we kicked the field goal, defense knows what they can't give up.
Yeah.
So just hold them in front of you, kick the field goal, we'll play for the next possession to go win it.
Yeah, which is smart.
Yeah.
Sudden death, you want to take the ball.
Yeah.
Sudden death. But, yeah, no, I understand with, people shitting on him. I think more or less, too, with him was the game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about in the beginning, trying to make Brock Purdy,
Yeah.
who he can potentially be.
Yeah.
But right now, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's not do this right now. And I get it. You want to make sure, like, hey, man, you get your moment, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And these crucial games now, Super Bowl in particular, he's getting that reputation of just blowing it.
Well, that too, and then you look at the game plan. Who was contributing? I mean, when it wasn't McCaffrey, who was the next big player? It wasn't Ayuk. It wasn't George Kittle. It wasn't Debo. It was Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, who the hell had that on their script?
Yeah, you got to look back too. Now you're looking at the offensive power. Is it really offensive power now?
Yeah.
It's time to probably shake it up a little bit. Debo, you can't count on Debo. Unfortunately, when the big games, he gets hurt.
Yeah.
And they zero in on him, that's it. So it's like, McCaffrey. So you look at McCaffrey, how long do you have McCaffrey to be playing the way he was playing this year?
That MVP level.
Yeah. It's not going to be.
He can't take that type of pounding every single season.
No.
Because he's in, his sixth season?
Man, it feels like longer. He probably is, but it feels like he's been in the league forever.
Yeah.
But, I think 6. Entering the 7th season, maybe?
Maybe, because he came in after that Panther Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I got to figure this out now because that's going to drive me up the wall this whole time we're talking.
I just can't, with all the injuries and everything, just feels like he's been in the league forever. All the times that he's missed.
So he's 27.
Yeah,
which is wild.
That is crazy.
He came in the league in 2017, so.
Damn. Yeah, so it'll be a 7th season this year?
Yep, 7th going into, or 7th or 8th, one of the two, depending on how you look at that.
Yeah, so he's still relatively got a good 3 to 4 years left in him if he's healthy. Yeah, that's the main thing. Brock Purdy's the guy.
Yeah.
I think he's proved it enough.
I think he's proven that he's more than just the kind of game manager.
Yeah.
Like, he can make a big play when you need to, but his style of play just isn't. I'm going to go out there and be Mahomes and just slice and dice everybody, I can be Steve Young when I need to be Steve Young, but for the most part, hey, you got a weapon. Why am I going to why put the ball in the air?
Yeah.
Especially when you can run McCaffrey, you can run Debo, you can run Elijah Mitchell. You can run those guys.
It's a smart.
Yeah.
He's a smart quarterback.
That and, Shanahan's like, hey, I'm going to protect him. When I need him, he'll play. He'll do his thing when I need him.
And I'm thinking to myself, too, with the fallout of all this, you have Steve Wilkes get fired. Why?
Which I've got my thought on that as to why, or 2 reasons why he gets fired. But continue.
Yeah, so I'm like, why? And then I'm looking at Kyle Shanahan. How long will San Francisco 49ers fans be satisfied with NFC Championship, win or lose, Super Bowl appearance, lose? How long will they be satisfied with that?
Because we saw how long Philly stuck with Andy Reid for that.
Yeah, and it's Philly.
Yeah,
and they were tolerating of it, right? They tolerated that. But with San Francisco, man, it's just they're there, and then never mind.
But at that point too, it's like, who's better?
Yeah,
who out there is better?
There's no one to get, and you can see it on him, man. He's like drained. Like, what the hell am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So it obviously doesn't affect me either way. I mean, it's kind of funny to see. So what are your thoughts on Steve Wilkes?
So he's either the biggest asshole in the business to get fired multiple times in the first season, or he's just not as good a coach as everybody thinks he is. And
that makes a lot of sense that you say that, because we don't hear, we don't see the background stuff. Man, you're a dick, dude.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
And, and the reason they said, because, we just didn't think it was the right fit. It's like, you got to the Super Bowl. You had one of the top 5 defenses. How was that not the right fit?
Yeah.
It's like, is that your subtle way of saying, yeah, this guy's an asshole? We we didn't respect him.
Or he could potentially undermine the
Yeah.
head coach.
Right.
I can see that. Yeah.
I mean, he honestly should have gotten that Carolina job.
Oh, for sure.
He should have gotten that Carolina job. You know, what was it? Before Cliff Kingsbury. He was the coach before Cliff Kingsbury at Arizona, and they fired him after that one season, which I think they had a better season, right? Or did they only win like 4 or 5 games?
They had a better season, but they just screwed him.
Yeah.
Is that when they gave
Josh Rosen?
Yes, Rosen. Yeah.
And then the next year they went and drafted Kyler Murray.
Yeah, they just screwed him over.
Oh, yeah. They didn't give him a fair shot.
Carolina was the perfect spot for him.
Yeah.
Like that.
Because
That
you
was
had that
perfect
solid
ground.
defense
Yeah.
to build around, and Tepper just said, nah.
And so now with Steve Wilkes, it's like, where does he go now? Someone's going to pick him up.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like you said, that could be the reason why.
Yeah.
You know, he's an asshole.
That's what I was like. He's just got to be either the biggest asshole in the NFL or just, you know, maybe he's getting Brian Flores, you know.
Could be. Because you look at the last 2 defense coordinators, Robert Saleh and D'Amico Ryans. I mean, look
Yeah.
where they're at now. you know.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's a launching pad.
Exactly. I mean, unless they're like holding him to that standard, it's like, oh, well, neither one of those guys won you a Super Bowl either. So
No.
I don't know what.
You got to do it.
Unless it's just a thing. Well, maybe the players weren't like, they're like, yeah, we like this, but he's not our guy. You know what I mean? Maybe he was like a little distant from the players, and maybe that's why they're like, all right.
And you can kind of tell a little bit.
Yeah.
This coaching philosophy was different. And he could have been the one to like, hey, it's not going to work out here for me long
Yeah.
term. Let's go ahead and just split while we can.
Come to find out, they got into it in the locker.
Yeah. Something.
They had a brawl out situation.
So, yeah, we'll see what's next with San Francisco. Who's going to be their new defense coordinator? Do they hire within? Do they get a rinse and repeat coach like we always talk about? Kansas City, I mean, I don't know. We expect them to be there, but I always laugh when they're like, no one believed in us. Yeah.
Well, I mean, at a certain point, like at the beginning of the season, everybody believed that they had a chance to repeat. Probably week 5, 6? It's like,
But even after week 1, when they lost to the Lions, like, oh,
sky is falling. Yeah,
long season ahead.
yeah.
We're like, wait a minute.
I mean, what was it when they lost to the Broncos? I think is when we were like, oh,
Yeah.
wow, maybe. And then to the Raiders, we were like, dang, this may not be the season for the Chiefs. You know, they might barely make the playoffs and get knocked out in the first round.
Yeah. And I remember people talking about the Bulls, 97, 98, midseason, like, they're second in the East. I don't know what's going to happen. Is this it for them? You know, it's kind of the same talk, but when it came down to it,
Yeah,
it was clutch.
yeah.
Patriots, same way. Oh, Brady, this is it for Brady.
Max Kellerman, Brady's hit the cliff.
2015, 2016, this is it. He's done. And then they go in.
Yeah, then they go win. So
Yeah, and I think, I don't know, that's why sometimes I think we don't really engage in all that. It's just like, it's week by week. Because a lot of these sportscasters always talk about shit in game 1.
yeah,
It's over. It's done with. 1 interception. He's
Yeah.
washed. Should
Skip-
they bench him? Like,
Skip Bayless and with the Cowboys.
oh, God. Yeah. Seriously.
The sky is falling, bro. You lost by a field goal.
It's my turn.
You told me it was my turn.
But, hey, to be the man, you got to beat the man. So, you know, regardless of next season, obviously something catastrophic happens when you're like, yeah, they're not going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're going to be the favorites next year.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they are the dynasty.
Yeah,
They are this decade's dynasty.
they are. And like we said, Andy Reid. Now it's time to say, all right, Andy Reid's got to be at least top 5.
Yeah, he's now in that discussion of that Mount Rushmore of head coaches.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's what you'd say: Bill Walsh, Belichick. Did you put Landry on that?
I'm not even going to say that because that was way before our generation.
Yeah.
So I can't be like, oh, yeah, him and Lombardi. I can't say that. You have to put Reid right there, though.
Yeah, he's either that 5th guy or that 4th guy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, people would say Landry just because, but I'm not that old.
Yeah.
I came in with Jimmy Johnson and all those folks.
Yeah.
I mean, just think back at head coaches. I mean, you can even, I wouldn't say make an argument just because of who he beat. Tom Coughlin would be hanging around top 10, right? But, yeah, Andrew has to be up there now. He has to be up there. Steve Spagnuolo, man.
Called a hell of a game.
Hell of a game. like the playoffs, this dude was like locked in 100%.
Yeah.
I'm throwing everything at these teams.
Hey, man, shout out to, McDuffie, Chandler Jones.
Yeah.
Not Chandler Jones, Chris Jones.
Chris Jones.
Damn it,
Sorry.
I do
Yeah,
that
I know,
every
right?
time. I do that every time.
The mental stable Jones.
Mentally stable Jones. Yeah. Chris Jones, yeah. Honestly, I heard him talk the first time. Was not expecting that voice to come out of him.
It's like when Tyson talks.
Yeah, exactly.
Old dude in the middle, big guy. What was his name? Gosh.
Which guy?
He was, man, what was his name? He was the defensive tackle. I think he's a young guy. I forgot his name. Man.
The linebacker?
The
white guy?
He was a DT. He's defensive tackle, young dude. Let me look it up because this dude right here just came out of nowhere. To me, he came out of nowhere. Let me look at him.
I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna get his name.
Because I know the guy that was a linebacker that got the fumble at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, he was a big dude, man. He was a defensive tackle.
Opposite of Chris Jones.
And I was like, okay, if this dude continues to play the way he's playing, he's going to be something. Let me see. This is real-time Google search right here.
We do our own research here.
That's what we do here.
We don't have statisticians with us in the studio this week.
And he's not even on the roster.
Farrell.
Neil Farrell.
Uh-huh.
He's a backup defensive end, number 92. Yeah, he's in his second year out of LSU. 6'4", 325 pounds. Well, anyway, I saw this guy make some plays, just kind of went under the radar. Like, they wouldn't even say anything like, "Oh, talk about Farrell." Mm-hmm. But just seeing like the freaking gaps that he took over, and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. Well, that and San Francisco couldn't run.
Yeah,
like after that first couple of drives, that got shut down quick.
Yeah, and I seen him a big part of that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know he's not a starter. He's in the second. He's in the second string, but I'm like, okay, like no one's talking about him right now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep my eye on this guy because the way he was just making plays.
Yeah.
And so you got Jones there and him.
Then you got Willie Gay back, and he's back in there, filling the gap. And then you got McDuffie coming off the edge and Snead, which Snead did make a bonehead penalty at one point, but still. Which even then, I don't know if I would have thrown a flag on that, but.
No, but they got the potential. They got defensive potential. And Spagnuolo, I think he's set.
Yeah.
He's set. They're like,
yeah. I think if I had to guess, if Reed does retire, I think it's just Spagnuolo takes over the reins. Even though we know he's not a great head coach, he's had 2 cracks at it and wasn't good at all. But I don't know. He might be the coach in waiting.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, football season comes to an end. Sad day.
Very sad day.
Now we just wait and wait. Got the draft coming up, and after the draft, training camp and all that good stuff. Coaching news. Did we talk about Carolina's new head coach or no? Canales,
no.
We didn't talk about him?
I think we just mentioned it and then moved on. We're like, yeah, they got their guy, and who cares?
Yeah, I don't. I watched his. I like to watch the press conferences, right? And I saw his press conference and everything. And it's one of those like, oh my God, this guy right here, you got to root for this guy. And I'm just thinking,
La Raza.
yeah. And Dan Morgan's like head of the football operations or GM, which is cool. We got a football guy. Everything seems like it's going to be great. But then you remember who the fucking owner is. David Tepper is going to screw it up somehow. I want to get involved.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're hearing the press conference like, hell yeah, man. Like, all right.
He's worse at this point. He's worse than Jerry.
Yeah.
At least Jerry at this point will be like, you know what? I'm going to let them do it. And if I think it's really bad, then I'm going to step in. And then I'm going to be the star. Or like when we're winning, yeah, hey, I'm in front. I'm front and center.
I did it.
But when they're losing, hey, that's not my problem.
Yeah. I told my son no.
Yeah. Tepper's like, hell no.
Yeah.
When we're winning, I'm going to start. When we're losing, your ass is out.
And I hope since this is, not to disrespect the guy, but he's a no-name versus all these other head coaches that he just leaves him alone, does his thing. Because Frank Wright got stressed out, man. Like, he was.
Frank Wright aged like a president in that.
He did. Bad.
It's like you see him in his press conference. He's all young. Like, yeah, I got a fresh lease. By like, he got fired, week 8?
Yes.
By like week 6, you could see he grew that big old beard out. It was all gray.
Like, he was smoking for days.
Yeah. He was a homeless guy here in Waco.
Falling asleep, yeah.
He was Joe Flacco on the sideline.
If I'm in that position, I'm coming to my press conference happier. How are y'all doing today? We're 0-7. Yeah, great. Here's what I'm looking at, guys.
Yeah.
Next couple weeks, I'm going to be fired.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this fat-ass buyout, and I'm going to be chilling.
I'm going to be on vacation.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all at the Super Bowl.
Right. So
I'll be doing media.
Next question. They were like, damn. Come in with shades on and everything. So hopefully
I just took a shit on David Tepper's desk.
Give that man an extension. So with Canales, right? Hopefully he just does his thing, floats under the radar. I'm not having no big expectations on that. It's just David Tepper's just.
I think the big expectation will be that he doesn't get fired in the first year.
Yeah, if he does that, man, he probably got the clause in there like, I need this raise if I don't get fired my first year.
Yeah.
Then you have Dallas, who found their new defense coordinator, Mike Zimmer, after Dan Quinn took the job at Washington.
Rinse and reuse.
Hey, all right, Mike Zimmer, I get it. He was a great defensive coordinator at Dallas and Cincinnati. Pretty good head coach at Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to see what happens because it's almost been 20 years since he was defensive coordinator at Dallas. Mm-hmm. It's different. We'll see how he is with the players. I know everyone's like, oh, yeah, that's everyone say it first time. Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
He's not going to change anything. Let's just see what happens.
He plays a different style of defense than Dan Quinn.
Yeah. Which is good because Dan Quinn's defense is more soft versus Zimmer's. How's that going to affect Michael Parsons?
Yeah. That's especially as vocal as he's been this offseason, which that's kind of bitch made, but, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious to see how that works. I don't see it working very long. I could see it, they'll have their growing pains in the first couple games of the season, and then I think they'll kind of like, all right, this is who we are, and then come December, January, fall right off the cliff.
That's my expectations every year, but hope I'm wrong. Oh, we have a good, great transition.
Yeah.
Zimmer's, like I say, he's a great defensive mind, but the times are different now. Players are different now.
Right.
Mentality's different.
And, and somebody was saying, oh, well, he was great at Jackson State. Yeah, because there's not a whole lot of talent that they're playing against.
Yeah.
They had a great recruiting class, but their competition wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But then, he was supposed to be the DC at Colorado.
Right. And
then he ended up being just like an assistant or something like that, or a consultant.
Yeah.
So that tells me maybe Dion went, all right, I don't think you're ready for this.
Yeah.
Mike, love you, but I don't think coordinator is the right spot for you, at least in this program.
Yeah, and and you got to get those type of players that fit that mold. And nowadays, they're so it's not as much as it used to be.
Yeah,
especially in the NFL.
Yeah,
they're not going to be out there going 100%. They're trying to get their money.
Yeah,
rightfully so. So it's different. We'll see. I always tell you, hey, they got this. Belichick's the head coach. I don't care.
Like, right. Wait till January.
Yeah, just wait.
Yeah.
So whatever expectations are what they are. Dan Quinn in Washington. I just don't believe in him as a head coach still.
I going to Washington at that. I'm just like, granted it's new ownership, but still, at the same time I'm just like, I believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I look at are they going to give them these high expectations right off the bat?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be in Washington. Like, you're Washington. Let's start somewhere.
Yeah. I think it all depends on what they do with pick 2 in the draft. I think that is going to determine how much pressure he feels he's on right away, if he believes in Sam Howell, or do they go with a brand new quarterback? So, I mean, they already hired Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
He turned around and said, no, I'm not going to Vegas. Fuck that. I'm going to go to Washington.
He was like, prostitutes and gambling. I'm going to Washington.
Prostitutes and gambling, politics. Yeah, I'm going to Washington.
Washington all the way. Yeah, I could do shit over here. No one even notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's a good spot for Kingsbury.
Yeah.
I really do. I think it'll help him.
Yeah.
What happens to Bieniemy now?
Oh, he gone.
But what happens to him now? Where do you think?
Oh, I think he ends up back in Kansas City, just like Matt Nagy did. He'll end up back
Will
there.
he bump Nagy out the way to be new offensive coordinator?
I don't know. I think they at this point they might just say, hey, we're going to bring you in as an assistant or a consultant.
Yeah.
Or who knows? Maybe he lands an offensive coordinator job late. Or maybe he just sits around until somebody gets fired.
Yeah.
And then comes in as a, interim or a replacement.
Yeah. It's the same with him. Like, something's up.
Yeah.
To where he's just not getting these opportunities. He got the one in Washington, but it was like 1 year and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a lot going on in the offseason. Obviously, NFL, man, like you said, they took over what the NBA used to be back in the day. So the offseason is going to be crazy, I'm pretty sure. So we'll have something to talk about still.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? We talked about, we didn't talk about Gary Patterson to Baylor at all.
No, we did talk about that a little bit.
We did, right.
We did talk about that a little bit
Okay.
on one of our After Dark
That's right, we
episodes.
did. My bad. But
Yeah.
still, fuck Gary Patterson. Welcome to Baylor. So,
It's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you, fuck you. And most of all.
yeah, I'm just going to say that on here. That's all I got to say about that then. But Steve Sarkisian got a fat-ass contract deal, new contract extension. I wanted to read what was in his contract because it was like crazy.
He got a crazy extension not to leave and go to Alabama.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he already said he wasn't going, but at Texas, you're like, nah, we've heard that shit before.
Dude, Sarkisian's salary jumped from $5.8 million to $10.3 million for the season. Damn. Like this guy. So let's see. Matt Rule at Nebraska, $5.5 million in 2023. It climbs $1 million annually. So Rule get $10 million by 2027, but Sarkisian getting in.
He said, no, I need that now.
And so it's crazy because like all his contract has like a private jet, like all this other stuff, tickets are involved in everything.
Yeah.
Well,
his wife and kids are always on the sideline.
Yeah.
So.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's a good coach. He's a damn good coach.
He freaking rebounds.
As much crap as we give him,
Yeah.
he's a damn good coach.
Yeah. But when he got hired,
Yeah.
we even said like, this is a good hire. This is where he's supposed to go.
Yeah.
He's going to get him prepared for the SEC.
Yeah.
And he did.
And we're going to find out week one or
Yeah.
this opening season in the SEC how ready they are. I mean, they've already proven they can play with an Alabama and beat an Alabama. Now it's interesting. I mean, they've beaten Georgia before.
Yeah.
So
The only small hiccup he had was the entrance to the Alamo Bowls. We went freaking roid rage on that dude.
oh god, that was funny.
Like, holy shit. Damn, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, but other than that, man, he's been good.
Yeah, he'll I think he'll have us ready. I think we'll be competing. I don't know if we'll be in the SEC championship, but I think we'll be competing.
The SEC don't look that strong this year coming up, though.
I mean, I think it's going to be interesting to see where Alabama is with Saban leaving and what's his name? DeBoer coming in. Kalen, right?
Yeah, Kalen DeBoer.
With him coming in, see how much of that program he changes and if they change their identity. So,
yeah. And it's funny, too, because even before he got hired, there were some people comparing him to Saban Light. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, he has the same qualities. Obviously not as intense as Saban, but he has the same qualities. And then, bam, 3 weeks later, he gets hired by Alabama. Then he takes two of Baylor's coaches, by the way, which happened yesterday. The defensive line coach, who I don't even freaking know his name. And then they took their linebackers coach, Christian Robinson. But, hey, I'm going to tell y'all right now, all that says, there's uncertainty after next year. Is why they left so fast.
That's true.
So you can't blame them.
No.
But, I mean, the defensive line coach has been here not even a month or two. And then the linebackers coach came in last year. But that's all that says is that there is uncertainty how the season's going to go, what's going to happen.
And they probably took a huge pay raise.
Oh, hell yeah, for sure. Going to Alabama, yeah. You can't blame them. No. So Baylor has a behind the defensive line coach and the linebackers coach. Real quick, and just crazy, too, how, was it Boston College head coach left to be the was it offensive defense coordinator? Like right off the bat, and that's why Bill O'Brien's the new head coach of Boston College. I have never seen coaches leave so late.
Yeah,
like here recently.
I mean, especially given that signing day is
passed already. It was last week. Yeah,
that's what. See, I didn't hear much about the first signing day. You heard everything. This second signing day, you didn't hardly hear anything.
Nah, the first one dominates now.
Yeah. But, I mean, in years past, you still had a little bit of news coming out of that second signing day. This year, you ain't hearing shit.
No, nothing. And for him to leave.
Just, nah.
I'm going to go. And you think back to when Nick Saban was at Toledo. He was the head coach for 1 year and then went and beat the defense coordinator at Cleveland. But he left right after the season. This is just like about to hit.
That sounds like he's like, I'm waiting for him to get my money. I'm getting my money. Did it hit? All right, I'm going.
Yeah, pretty much. But, yeah, man, I was like, okay. And there's another college coach. I don't know if it was a D2. Same thing happened. He legit left and took a job somewhere else. They're like, man, but they're comparing it to the players.
Yeah.
But first the players like, well, the coach can do it, we can do it. Now the coach is like, shit, they can freaking transfer Porter out right after. I'm gonna do the same damn thing.
I'm gonna wait until the last minute.
Yeah, I think they need to fix that.
Yeah.
Both ways. They need to fix both things. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. There's gotta be some kind of guideline.
Yeah.
Or at least some general rule in place in some body that's not the NCAA to cover
something. Yeah, seriously,
because we've seen how inept the NCAA is.
Hey, Endeavor, TKO, take over the college football.
They're already in the Big 12, so
why not?
Why not?
I mean,
I'm just saying, there's money to be made there.
Big time money.
EA, you got the college football game. Step up.
Hey, let's talk about that. So, man, this, I won't even think about this. So it's been a year since we've been recording here.
Yeah.
Because when we talked about the Super Bowl, we talked about, hey, the game's coming out. They fucking released a trailer that's really coming out.
Oh, man, I was excited.
It's legit coming out now.
I squealed a little bit. Not going to lie. I squealed a tiny little bit. I had people turn and look like.
You weren't there. You don't know.
It's like, I missed running the option.
Yeah. But coming out, was it July?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah, July. And I just love the fact that the dude that was doing the trailer was talking all this shit. Yeah, we heard the news. Yeah, you heard this. Nah, we coming out for real. So that game's going to be.
That game's going to do record numbers. It's going to. Oh, man. The downloads, the game sales, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, so I can't wait. I'm excited. But yeah, it's been a year since we've been recording here at Rogue Media.
That's wild.
At the old studio.
Yeah.
Back over there.
That's crazy to think about. Yeah,
because when you set the game, I was like, shit, that was our first episode talking about the game coming out. Talking about Deion Sanders in Colorado.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm excited about the game. NBA All-Star game. Got to shit on it real quick. I haven't watched it in years.
I just saw the score, and I was like, yeah. I already laughed. I was like, I'm not even going to send a screenshot to Manny because he's going to have a damn stroke.
What was the score?
It's 211 to 190 something.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What? They have a 5-point free throw line or something?
No, they're probably just not even playing defense. It's just catch and shoot.
Holy shit. I didn't nothing. Did not look into it at all. The only thing I did watch was the Steph Curry, Sabrina Ionescu 3-point contest. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I like that. They're calling him Stephen Curry again? Did I miss something? They said Stephen Curry 5 times. I'm like, okay, is there
Van Gundy's not there, so
it was Ernie Johnson.
Yeah, well, that's probably why, because Ernie's doing the call and not the normal commentators.
Threw me off. That's how much I watch basketball now. I was like, damn, he's back at Davidson. Yeah. What's going on? Oh, he's Steph. What happened to Steph? But that was badass. I like that. That was pretty cool. So I watched. I always like the 3-point contest.
Yeah.
But other than that, I didn't watch shit. I haven't watched the All-Star game, even a peak of it since 2005, 4.
There's no stakes in it. No. It's like, to quote Eric Bischoff, he talks about wrestling, who cares? There's no stakes in the game. Why watch it?
Yeah.
It's like what the Pro Bowl has become. Who cares? There's nothing on the line. Nobody cares.
No.
It's like the players don't really care because they've already got their money.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a incentive that's worth them going after now. If that's hey, you get $1 million each player. Shit, I guarantee you they're all playing their asses off.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I think that's just the problem with modern all-star games. Baseball is probably the only one that's still kind of fun to watch just because now it is a compensatory award. It used to be to determine home field advantage for the World Series. now it's just And hockey, I mean, hockey was always okay. But even then, now it gets put on the back burner. Nobody really cares about it. But I remember when they used to have the skills contest where they would shoot the little targets in the corners of the goal. They had the goalie competitions and all that other stuff. I just thought
those are fun to watch. But you look at, I sound like an old man now.
The dunk contest, even, it's like
it got watered down.
When you got to start adding, people or props, and it's like that's not what that.
No,
that's not what the inspiration for that was. I think when Blake Griffin jumped over the damn car, I think that killed that killed it. That killed the dunk competition for me personally. It's like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
There's nothing else you can do unless you jump off of the top of the scoreboard and dunk it. Who cares?
Step on people and I don't know.
Do a Shane McMahon and just
something. They build a hell in a cell and then just jump off and dunk the damn thing. But yeah, I sound like an old man saying, but I go back and I know it was like last week. I watched the ending of the 2001 All-Star game. And it was, I think Iverson won MVP that year. But the difference, man, like they were playing to win.
Yeah.
Like, I think Kobe said it best in an interview. He said, when you get a collection of the best players in the world competing against each other, you want to see competition. You want to see how so-and-so is going to play with and against so-and-so.
Yeah.
He said, because he was talking about the All-Star game, how it was watered down too, because I don't want to just see y'all just playing around.
Yeah. Well, that, and I think now, back then, in our peak fandom, guys weren't concerned about getting hurt. Mm-mm. Now I think it's a big emphasis of I don't want to play that hard because I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they're probably still competitive and they want to show they're the best. But now I think they're like, you know what? If it's going to take a chance I get hurt, I'm okay.
Yeah. I get it, but still it's like, nah. The competitor,
yeah.
Like we got to win. We want to win.
Right.
And so, yeah, I'm glad I didn't look at that score. Yeah, I didn't even look at nothing. That's the only thing I watched, 3-point contest. That was it. And then other than that, I didn't even peek at it. Don't even know who's in the All-Star game. It's just,
I think they're back to East and West, I think. No, it was Shannon and Stephen A.
Oh, so they have their own teams?
I think so.
Yeah, because I remember that. And when they went away from that, it was like.
Well, I mean, it's just even now it's like at least now with the Pro Bowl, you've got Peyton's doing the AFC and Eli's doing the NFC. But
wait, I think it was they had head coaches because I think Doc Rivers was going to be the coach, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's like 2-9 or whatever with Milwaukee since he got
that's
there.
wild. It's like you fire a coach for they were like the number 1 or number 2 seed in the East. You fire the coach, which is another thing. You must have just turned into a dick when you go to Milwaukee.
Yeah, something.
Because that's what the third head coach they fired in the last 2 seasons.
Even after the championship year.
Yeah. It's wild. It's like you just must turn into a dick when you go to the Milwaukee Bucks organization.
And the Nets too, because I saw they fired Jock Vaughn, who when I was reading the headlines, because I don't watch basketball, I just read the headlines. Apparently, he got a contract extension after last season, and then he gets fired this year. What? What is going on? And I hear people talking about Darvin Ham, right? Darvin Ham being the head coach of the Lakers, and people talk about him always having his hands in the pockets. That he's just there. Well, fuck yeah, you got LeBron James on your team. What can you do? What can you say?
I mean, for the most part, that was Eric Spoelstra for a lot of that run. He just was there. Hey, you need a break. Hey, you go in.
Yeah,
but
he was like,
yeah,
he didn't let he got to a certain level. Like, nah, we ain't doing that. That's what we're gonna do.
Right. So,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't keep up with the NBA no more.
Yeah.
So
I became a Spoelstra fan after. They left,
sure.
and he held that organization together. So
he's still there.
Big props to that guy. I like that guy now.
Yeah, and he's still there doing his thing. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just the NBA in general. If you're NBA fans for watching, I'm sorry, but I just don't understand it no more. Like, and I loved the NBA back in the day, man. I had to watch the game. Like, I loved it.
Come playoff time, I'll be there.
Yeah,
until the Mavericks get knocked out, then I'll be, I don't care.
Spurs ain't doing nothing, so I'm just like, whatever. But yeah, so talked about that there. Man, you want to talk about The Rock? WrestleMania? So we got to throw in some wrestling in here before we head out because the Easter eggs were there. I think it's smart. You do the L, right? For context, what the fuck y'all talking about?
The Rock officially joined the Bloodline, which
Bloodline?
is the top heel group for those that don't watch wrestling.
Yeah.
The top heel group in the company for the past, going on 4 years?
Yeah. And so, obviously, his cousins are in the Bloodline, right? They do this thing at the end. We the ones. They do that. And The Rock do the L. And I don't think he's stupid. He knows what he's doing.
We got some good insults.
Yeah, got some great insults. It was
I
awesome.
still don't know that there's that many inbred rednecks in Utah, but
Yeah.
I mean,
he just categorized every time I'm telling your 20 wives or whatever, and like, my God.
yeah, he insulted the Mormons
Yeah, everyone.
and what did he call them? Trailer Park Trash is what it was. Yeah,
That man just took everyone's soul.
came out in a cut off $500 shirt.
That was great. I didn't expect that at
He
all.
came out looking like Xerxes in 300 with the sleeves off. I was like, it was the only thing he was missing if he'd have came out in a big ass gold chain.
Yeah. But that threw me off. I did not expect him to come out like that.
Yeah.
But you got The Rock involved in WrestleMania. Obviously, he's a member of the board and TKO, whatever. And then he's playing these Easter eggs, man. He's been, from the very beginning, it's a long game, right? I'm taking you on for a ride.
Yeah.
Throwing these shots. People are like, oh, shit, he's talking about Roman. Oh, he's saying our story's just beginning. Cody's is about to end. My bad. Ours is just beginning. And it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. There's subtle hints in there for something.
Yeah.
Is The Rock going to take over the bloodline? Is he going to kick Roman out? Is that going to start Roman's babyface redemption turn? So,
And he said the Bloodline's the most powerful duo. Like, what? There's 4 of y'all. So I don't know. Is it him and Solo? Is it him and Roman? Is it him and Jimmy? Or whatever the case may be.
yeah. Does Jay come back into the picture somehow?
Yeah. And so he's getting eyes on the product, obviously.
Jacob Fatu. That's what
That'd be big. That'd be nice. But we talk about The Rock because he's in his element now. He's back as a heel. He's in his element, talking shit. He looks real comfortable doing it. Because as a face, he kind of like, all right, Rock, come on.
Yeah. You can tell that now he's like, there's some frustration coming off of him.
Yes.
That he's finally like, all right, I can get it off my chest. I don't have to hold it back.
And it's great.
I don't have to smile through my teeth and
Yeah.
just ignore it.
And so it's great right now. Seeing him come out in that damn shirt, I was like, dude, this ain't 1998. What we doing? But it brings you back to that damn Rock, the way he was.
The only thing missing would have been a fanny pack in a pager.
Just to be a dick, right? Just come out with it. Should have. The damn toupee.
Toupee.
Like, just do it.
Oh, I'm telling you, I guarantee you, I think WrestleMania he's going to come out dressed like Moana, or what's his name from Moana?
Maui.
Maui.
Yeah, so just got to talk about The Rock just because of that. Because he's, I mean, seemingly back in for right now.
They gave that, I mean, that story was already firing on all cylinders. We thought it was going to be a huge miscalculation, and I don't know if maybe Triple H went, man, I told you. And Rock probably being like, well, yeah, looks like that's what's going to happen. So let's
I still think this was a creative plan, and they just threw everyone off.
Yeah.
So I think Triple H has that ability to throw people off.
Right.
He knows he's feeding who.
Yeah.
He's
I still think it was a power play, and then he just went, look, you can try it. I don't think it's going to work, and when it doesn't, I've got a plan to fix it. But
yeah.
And then they went out there and they tried it, and he was like, I told you.
I think it's great because we got us talking like this, like
Right, yeah.
before you're like, nah. And I was like, oh shit, what's going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just had to throw The Rock in there real quick.
I guess, The Rock.
Yeah,
Hard
I
to-
just had to talk because it's just bringing back to the days of what our fandom was. And this is like when people say, well, you still watch that shit like this,
Yes.
man. This is a freaking male soap opera.
Yeah. This is great.
Yeah, like goddamn, we're thinking every day like what's gonna happen next.
Right.
Like you don't watch series on Netflix and shit like I gotta binge watch this because I don't know what's gonna happen next. Motherfuckers, that's what we think about wrestling. Same thing.
So we got to wait a week
yeah,
or 5 days.
We can't binge watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had to throw that in there real quick before we talk about defending the crown.
Our reigning, defending, undisputed MLB World Series champion, Texas Rangers.
Let's go. Oh man, it sounds great just hearing that. I still have this thing where I have to watch that last pitch.
Yeah.
Like almost every day.
Anytime I scroll by it and I see it on X, I stop and watch it.
Like, oops, I gotta watch this.
Or like even if it like is a reel on Instagram or even on Facebook, I'll stop and watch it.
Yeah, I mean you have to.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it really happened.
Yeah, it's getting there. You got February here. You got March, April. It's getting close. Pitchers report.
They already. I think they've already reported. Pitchers reported. I think the beginning of the month, right after the Super Bowl, they reported, and then the players just reported a couple days ago, or last week maybe. Josh Young's already down.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just strain and it was in his calf.
Mm-hmm.
So he's out for 3 weeks. Which, if you're going to get hurt, this is the time to get hurt in spring training. Is like that first week. So it's like
I'm sure you got talking like, motherfucker, better get in shape.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
we better put that beer down, son.
That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, it's like party's over now. We got to get back to do that again.
Yeah, so exciting times.
I mean, this season looks to be promising. But the one thing that I've been concerned about this entire offseason is we have spent no money in free agents. It's like we've signed minor guys just to kind of fill in a gap here and there. But we haven't re-signed Jordan Montgomery, which is my biggest worry that we're going to get to the start of the season and we haven't picked him up, and he's still there. Like, hey guys,
come on now,
pay me.
Yeah,
and then Boston or the Yankees or the Mets will come and go.
Worst case scenario, Houston.
Yeah, here's $50 million. There you go.
Yeah,
I mean, we lost out on Josh Hader to Houston because we didn't want to spend any money. But a lot of that supposedly has to deal with the Bali contract falling through.
Oh, that's right.
So a lot of that is why I think the Rangers are hesitant to spend any type of money right now. I don't know.
And I feel like you should, the ones that really contributed to this World Series run, you got to take care of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to keep that chemistry there.
Got to, Re-sign Montgomery was the guy who kept it together.
Yeah.
Kept that rotation together in the playoffs. You know, came out and pitched was it game 2 that he pitched, or was it game 1 that he pitched? It was game 1, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it was game 1. You know, he fell behind and then just kept us in that game. And then against Houston, basically shut down their lineup.
Yeah.
You know, he was the only guy that controlled Yordan Alvarez that entire series. So it was like, he put him in, done. Game 7, shuts him down.
Yeah.
So I mean, that guy is a big time get. You have to resign.
You have to. Yeah, just thinking about all that, like came in when you needed him the most.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I'm excited to see what happens this year. I saw the power rankings, right? We're like number 8 or 9 or something.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
It is what it is.
As long as we're
at the end,
we're the ones.
Yeah. And we talked about that last season, you know, we're like, oh, shit, here we go. Like, you talked about the All-Star break, like, let's pump it.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
We're losing. Lost the division, last game of the year. And then it was like, nah, we're gonna get it. We're going to get it. And it was that Tampa Bay series.
Mm-hmm.
And watching it, I wasn't as nervous. Yeah, bullpen come here, like, oh, shit, here we go. About to drop this game, right?
Yeah.
But as the series progressed, and especially Baltimore, I was like, oh, shit, we got this cooking right now.
Yeah.
And that's where the confidence came in. And, of course, Houston was so damn. That was the World Series against Houston. That was it right there.
And I give our guys props for not just, like, coming out flat, like in the 2010 season when we beat the Yankees. Mm-hmm. We're like, that was the World Series. We beat the Yankees.
Yeah.
We're going to the World Series. And we get just dog stomp. We get the dog shit kicked out of us by the Giants.
Yeah, because I remember that year because, like, fuck you, Alex Rodriguez. You took the last strikeout. Like, you know.
Yeah, it was poetic justice, you steroid taking money.
Asshole still getting paid by the Rangers. But
I still love the radio call I was listening to. You could hear it his first at bat. They were chanting steroids when he came up. You could hear it as plain as day on the radio, and the announcers are just trying to ignore it. Some pretty negative chants for A-Rod in this Texas crowd. Looks like they haven't forgiven him. And here comes the pitch: steroids, steroids. I was like, God, this is great.
But yeah, I remember that game too, man. But that was it. But yeah, we'll see what happens this year. We'll be following a lot of baseball talk this year.
Yeah. Very exciting. Easter is opening weekend.
Damn. Really?
Yeah. the week of Easter is the opening weekend, so they open on Thursday, off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Let's go.
Against the Cubs.
Let's go. Lord's Day.
Yeah. Bless the Rangers.
Yeah, for real. Let's screw your team. But yeah, well, we'll talk about baseball more often. We're going to talk about NFL offseason coming up. We'll sprinkle in some wrestling here.
Especially with WrestleMania season kicking up.
WrestleMania coming up. So if you're non-wrestling fans, you're going to become wrestling fans.
You're going to learn today.
You're going to learn. And then all the happenings around. College basketball, March Madness on its way.
We're going to have our brackets and picks this year.
Yeah, we'll do our brackets and everything.
Is that gonna?
That's going to be on the line.
That's going to be on the line for March Madness.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But, yeah, so appreciate y'all joining us. Facebook, In Your House Sports. Go like or share our page, our YouTube channel, In Your House Sports. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. What they say, notification bell, do all that great stuff. X, Twitter, In Your House Sports, TikTok.
The TikTok, Instagram, yeah.
All that good stuff. If you want to get in connect with us, inyourhousesports@gmail.com. Inyourhousesports@gmail.com. You can connect with us if you want us to promote anything on our show. You want us to talk about anything, just holler at us. From Andy D.
Your boy Vasos.
Peace out.
This has been a Rogue Media Network